recently, Insta360 has released the new full 360 camera. They've dropped the 1, and now it's just the Insta360 X3, replacing the Insta360 One X2. I sold my X2 so I could upgrade to the X3 because I don't really need 2. I got the Get Started package and some other things. So the Get Started package comes with the invisible selfie stick and a 64 gig memory card and the lens hoods and the camera. I've already unwrapped it and charged it because I had to make sure it would take a charge. And so we've already looked at everything, but this is basically unboxing. This is how everything came. It's all still in its packaging. So on the outside tape to it was a 64 gig card. On all the stuff on their website and everything, they show you that it's going to be an Insta360 branded card, and it is not. It is just a SanDisk, but it is a 64 gig micro SD with the adapter in case you need to put it into your computer or something. I mean, the most big thing that we're looking at here is the new goodness, which is the new Insta360 X3. The biggest physical change we'll notice. See, look, all the stickers are still on it. Stick them on there. For the lenses and everything, the lens protectors have not been off this yet. So, if I can get it, it's a little tiny blue tab. There we go. Just in case you're one of those ASMR people. Oh, let me hear the peel. Let me hear the peel. I don't know why anyone would be interested in that, but if you are, there you go. So that is it, brand new. This is the biggest change right there. This 2.29 inch screen. When we get it reflected, you can see how big that screen is. Used to be the screen was about as big as one of the lenses, that was basically the biggest incentive for me to upgrade from the X2 to the X3 was that screen, because that little tiny 1 inch round screen was so difficult to use because I'm old and my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. And that little screen was like, what the hell? And you needed a finger the size of half the size of this to use it properly because it was so small. So that was a big thing. Now the battery's bigger, from 1560 milliamp to 1800 milliamp. It's got a bigger screen. So the amount of time, from what people are saying, because I watched a lot of reviews on this, they're saying like 80 minutes of steady use on a battery charge, which you used to get on the X2, but it had a smaller screen. So bigger screen, bigger battery, so nothing has changed. Now the other big feature is, if you remember the X2, it had the door, and it was on that little rubber string and would flop all around. This one, they've gone GoPro style. They've gone with an actual door that flips up and down that you can even detach. Got the metal bar and the clips on it, so you can detach the door if you need to. And as before, it's got, I'll show you this. As before, it's got the clip there. Can you see? Do you see the clip there? And it shows orange. I don't know if you can see the orange. It's a little out of focus and it locks in there. And the same thing with the battery. Pops out. There's your battery, the same shape, but you can't use the X2 with the X3 batteries because they're a little different. So, and then this locks in with a satisfying click that you know it's in. Waterproof up to 10 meters, 33, 34 feet, something like that. So also in this box, you'll find this cuboid down here. I love the packaging. Someone who's done a lot of work on the packaging. And in here we will find the charge cable, USB-A to USB-C. I'm not even going to undo that. Who doesn't have 400 USB cables already kicking around? You don't. I'm glad they include one, but I'm not going to open it because I don't need it. The biggest important thing in here is that, which we'll get to in a minute, also have all your documentation and a cleaning cloth, appreciated. Again, if you get electronic devices, you've got a lot of those laying around already, and some Insta360 stickers if you feel like being an Uber fanboy. But the biggest thing in here is this. Notice, like I said, I just did the minimum, checking everything was here. Is this. It is the pouch. And yes, the X2 had a pouch as well, but they've improved it right there. You see that? If I slide this over the right way, if you do it the wrong way, it's completely useless to you. So don't put it on backwards. But if I put it on the right way around like this, not only is it protecting the lenses, it's got a hole right there. I don't know if you can see. That means I can get at the charging port while still having this pouch on. This is good. It's a little tiny addition to what was already a good idea. Makes it even better. I'm going to leave that on just for now so I can sit it down without scuffing the lens. So that's all that was in there. So I'm just going to put this back. I keep the pouch up because I use the pouch all the time. I might use the pouch a little less now because along with the camera and the stuff in the box and the memory card, it also came with this. And I was regretting that when I got my X2 that I didn't order this piece. And ordering it by itself with shipping was just too expensive. The shipping was too high. But what this is the lens hood. So normally I would keep this in the pouch all the time. The pouch is a little awkward to get off, put on. Get off, not so much. Put on, it's kind of awkward. But this pops right down, protects your lenses, still have access to all your ports. That, so glad I have, which means now it's going to travel in my pocket like this. And you bet it is going to be traveling in my pocket. And the other thing that came along with it that I've already alluded to is the invisible selfie stick. It's not actually invisible. So don't be thinking I'm going to slide this out and there'll be nothing in my hands. No, it's not invisible. It's just the way the two lenses are situated, there's a bit of overlap. And so when they stitch it together, anything right on the camera body line, and down here, disappears. So you don't see the selfie stick. And it's got a regular 1/4-20 on the bottom. So you just screw it in. And there you go. You're good to go. And this extends out to 1.2 meters. There's not, if I extend it out, you won't be able to see how long it is because it's more than 1.2 meters. So yeah, is long. It's friction. I was originally a little dubious about it just being a friction type pole and worried about whether it was going to slip. Never did. While I was ordering from 360, I previously had for the X2 the audio adapter, the mic adapter, right there. So I ordered the mic adapter again, obviously because I was using it, so I need to keep it, and I couldn't use the X2 one, so that went to the lucky people who got my old one. So there it is. Now you remember on the X2, it would go in, the little door was flippy flapping and everything. Now with the X3, we pop the door off. Don't lose the door. There's nowhere to clip it. Now notice that this makes it not waterproof anymore. But it's got, I don't know if you can see, it's got little clamps there. So not only does it go in the USB-C, it clamps onto that bar, making this even sturdier than the old one was. And it gives you a USB-C pass-through. So you can still plug it in, charge it, whatever, without having to take that off. And because it is right on the side and narrower than the camera body even, you're never going to see it because the stitching is just going to cover it, like the invisible selfie stick. You won't even see that it's there. So I have also the Rode Wireless Go mic setup system, and for that, they sell an adapter on the 360 site, and I thought they would have had a 360 branded one. But why reinvent the wheel when somebody else has already done it? So Ulancy makes one for this, and it comes with the bracket right here. And the bracket obviously goes on the bottom, and then you screw on the Insta360 invisible selfie stick. I don't know if it's has to be called the invisible selfie. It's the damn selfie stick, whether or not you call it invisible. Okay, and again, get it right on the line there, right squared up. So that's going to disappear. And then you would put your Wireless Go receiver right there and hook it into there. Now, I had always seen people doing that in all the X3 videos that have come out, and it's like, where are they getting that cable? I'm sure the Rode cable that I have wasn't that short. And Ulancy have you covered. They also include the really short mic cable. So it's your stereo. It's not a TRS because you don't need one. It's just the stereo, left, right. It doesn't have the third band for a microphone because you don't. This is the microphone anyway. And you would plug it in there, plug the other end into your Wireless Go. And again, it is still on that center line. It's going to disappear. Nobody's going to even see that receiver is there. Awesome. And there was one more thing I said that I had before. I had another battery. So I had to get another battery because I'm planning to use this for travel. And the worst thing is to have your camera die just before you're getting an amazing, so you're up in the mountains, you've taken all this time, I've been shooting out the windows and everything, and you get up to where the beautiful mountain view is and your camera dies. That's when you quickly whip out the second battery, which is the very same 1800 milliamp hour with the gasket around. Same, going to get the same positive seal with the really nice little added bonus. And yeah, that case comes with it. It comes in the case. Every one of your batteries does. And it's got, let's see if we can catch it in light there. See that little bit there? That's for holding an SD card, a micro SD card. So you could put an SD card in there, and not only do you have an extra battery, you have a backup SD card just in case you run out of space. So that is the unboxing of all the new things, not all, a selection of the new things from Insta360 for the new X3. Thank you for watching the unboxing of the Insta360 X3 and some extra accessories. By the way, this was all bought by me. Insta360 did not send me this, did not ask me to do this, certainly didn't give me any kind of a discount. This is all paid for out of my own pocket. So there you go. See you later.